Hello everyone, excuse my hair. I haven't brushed it since I kind of came back from uni. So I was literally kind of just getting on with what I needed to do today and then went, yes, I weekly vlog, so I need to vlog because I haven't started my weekly vlog yet. So hello, welcome to this new weekly reading vlog. I am gonna go through all the stuff that I need to or will be reading this week. First of all, I will be continuing, and who knows if I'll finish, my audiobook, which is Becoming by Michelle Obama. I am really enjoying this audiobook so far. I think I'm about 6 hours through because I started this yesterday, which is Monday, so technically it's part of the week. I have started Ash by Melinda Lowe, which I need to read for university because we're kind of doing like a Cinderella week in my film and TV adaptations module. This is just a kind of fae retelling of Cinderella, and I haven't heard the best reviews of it. We'll have to see where it goes. So far I don't really have an opinion on it. It's a bit dry and a bit, not confusing, just a bit like I don't really know where it's gonna go. So I'll see how it goes. So I'm not like 100% enjoying it. I also want to continue reading and I don't know if I'll finish it. I'll definitely finish this by the end of the week. I don't know if I'll finish this, but this is More Than We Can Tell by Bridget Kemmerer. I am about 100 pages through this, so, and it's like just over 400 pages. I'm really enjoying it so far, so I'm excited to kind of keep reading it. So those are all the books I'm planning on reading this week. Every day this week, if we just exclude university and work, I've got nothing on apart from Sunday. My parents are coming to visit me at uni, just their normal termly visit where they come and see me just to make sure I'm still sane. So I'm gonna leave this here. I will see you all later. Hello everybody. I feel like this is gonna be it for this week. It's just one clip a day of me saying hey. Basically I'm just filming because I feel like otherwise I'm not gonna film today. I am gonna head into town in a bit to go and do some work in Waterstones. This is just me. This is all I do now, is just go to Waterstones, literally. I'm in a bit of a, I'm not in like a down mood, I'm just a little bit frustrated because basically our boiler is not really working for a while. It's been on and off working. Like sometimes they'll give us hot water and turn the radiators on, sometimes it won't, but now it's just completely gone. No, not today. End of last week I did contact our landlord being like, you need to like sort this out, like we need to get on to this. It was on Monday that he told me that he'd contacted the plumber and the plumber was, he was going to give the plumber my number to contact me to arrange a time for the plumber to come over, but the plumber hasn't contacted me yet. The house is freezing. I woke up automatically cold and automatically in a bad mood, which was just not good. And once I'd like gotten up and all that sort of stuff, I had trackies on and I had to put a t-shirt on and a jumper and a blanket wrapped around me, and now that I'm in like going out clothes, I've got like a proper jumper on with a hoodie over the top and I'm still a bit cold. This house is freezing cold, so and it's kind of getting further and further into winter, so we need to get this boiler fixed. Updates on reading. I did read quite a decent amount yesterday. I think I read over 100 pages. This is like my main read because I need to get this read for next week. If I was reading this for leisure and wasn't reading it for school or for university, then I probably would have DNF'd it. I know I've DNF'd reads, or like the previous 2 reads I've had to do for university, but that's because they're classics and it's because I can't get into the writing style. The writing style's fine, I can read it, it's just not a good book. I'm 110 pages through and this book is nearly 300 pages, so nearly halfway, and I don't feel like I know anything about the characters. They keep throwing in random characters. It's probably because I haven't gone into this book going like, oh my god, I'm so excited to read this, but it's just been a bit boring. Like, it's a Cinderella retelling, so it's kind of easy to work out what's going on, but at the same time, because it's like a fae retelling of Cinderella, you've got all these aspects of like fairy in it, but it's just confusing because random stories about fae will come up and you're like, wait, what's the context of this? I thought we were just talking about Cinderella like 2 seconds ago. Other than that, I'm still enjoying More Than We Can Tell, even though I'm not really reading more than 30 pages a day of that because I'm like prioritizing this. Because the audiobook of Becoming, like minutes to page wise, the ratio is really weird. I think, oh my god, I've listened to like over an hour of this audiobook, which that only accounts to like 20 to 30 pages of the book read, which is a bit frustrating, but I'm still enjoying it. I'm probably gonna walk into town, so I will listen to that while I'm walking into town. I've got a video going up tonight which is already out for you guys, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It is the books and TV show tag. I'm uploading that tonight and then another video on Friday, so content queen over here. I will leave this here so I'm not ranting for so long. I will see you all later. everybody, it is Friday. Excuse my hair, it just looks a bit of a mess. I haven't really been doing much exciting things that much recently because of I'm just at university and I have no plans really. Reading wise, I kind of finished Ash. I kind of got halfway and then decided to kind of skim read some of it and read a specific chapter that if we have to read any of it, we definitely read that chapter. I just didn't like it. If I wasn't meant to be reading this for my course, I would have DNF'd it at page 50, maybe even before. I don't know if it is maybe my mood or my outlook on this book that's like, you know, hindered my enjoyment of it or kind of hindered me going into it. I just feel like I was never connected to the characters. I never felt like these characters were ever developed at all. I just didn't know these characters and I got halfway through and I just didn't care. It's very hard to explain my feelings because I, like, even just starting the book, I just felt really disconnected from it. So I don't know if that was the book's fault or my fault. I ended up giving it a 2 out of 5 stars, but that's probably quite generous for my experience with it. So I'd say between a 1.5 and a 2 star. This is a Cinderella retelling and it kind of mixes Fae in with it. There was just so much where I didn't really understand what was going on, who some of the characters were. Some characters were introduced and it felt like we were meant to know them and feel connected to them by like page 2 that they were in. You would just get random Fae stories being told to you and you're just like, how is this relevant? Do I care? I'm annoyed that I didn't really like it because I was looking forward to it because I know that it is a female-female romance. You only get introduced to the love interest like halfway through the book. That for me is not really enough time, especially when half of a book is like 100 pages or 150 pages. I just felt like there wasn't going to be enough time to develop this relationship between these two characters. So I didn't really enjoy it, but I was only reading it for university. It wasn't like a leisure pleasure read. I am, I think, over halfway through More Than We Can Tell by Bridget Kemmerer. I'm not enjoying this as much as Letters to the Lost, but I'm still enjoying it because one of the characters that we are following is from Letters to the Lost and he was one of my favourite characters in Letters to the Lost. And his name is Rev, and honestly, I would sell my soul for him. He is such a complex character. As we obviously meet him in Letters to the Lost, we know that he is adopted because he had a very abusive, physically abusive, and emotionally abusive all round biological father, and for his whole life he's kind of been dealing with that, and as we meet him he's still kind of rising above that and still kind of pushing through that. In this book he starts getting letters and emails from his biological father which kind of throws him off the rails, and he starts feeling like it is in his genetics that he is meant to be violent, that because his father was a violent human so is he, which is just so sad watching him think he's a violent person and he's a bad person because he's not. He's the most pure-hearted person and I would actually die for Rev Fletcher. The one problem I think I have with this book which makes me not like it as much as Letters to the Lost is our other main character, Emma. She is so annoying. So Emma is a gamer. Her dad is a kind of web developer, like web game developer, like a professional, like he does that for his job. Her mum is a nurse and her mum doesn't really like her being obsessed with games, but what her mum and her dad doesn't know is that she's developed this game herself, but so don't really know the extremities of her love for gaming and how good she is at like coding and stuff like that. And she's constantly getting into fights with her mum because she always like, oh, my mum doesn't believe in me, my mum's so annoying, my mum won't get off my back. She says to herself like, oh, maybe I should tell them about the game and maybe they, you know, maybe they'll accept that, but then she doesn't, and she knows that telling them about this game and trying to say to her like, look, I'm good at this, I'm good at what I'm doing, I know you might not think it's a stable job, but I'm good at this and I love this, but she won't tell them, and it is annoying because this could solve so many of your problems, so many, like not all of them but some of them. And also she is a bitch to everybody. Oh my god, she doesn't know when to shut her mouth. She is an absolute bitch to her best friend. So her best friend is like a beauty YouTuber, loves her makeup, and that's great. Her mum's really supportive of that. But Emma, throughout the whole book, even though she knows that what she's saying is bad, she keeps making sassy and like straight up mean remarks about her friend's beauty channel and about her friend always just like,
all you do is like slap on makeup, why don't you just give me a makeover?
Basically being a bitch about what her friend likes to do. Even Emma goes, oh, that was probably a bit harsh to say. I'm like, yes, so why are you still saying this stuff to her? Like constantly, her and her friend are always fighting. There's not a scene in this book where her and her friend have not fought. Emma, I know stuff is going on in your life. I know your parents are fighting. I know this is a horrible person on your game who keeps like sexually harassing you, which sucks in itself, and I feel really sorry for her about that. Can you stop for 1 second being a bitch? It's very up and down because I can understand why she's closed off and why she's a bit angry all the time because she's got stuff. She's got stuff going on in her life, but that actually does not give her the excuse to be an absolute bitch to her friend 24/7. You would think with me ranting about this that I would probably like giving this a low rating, but I'm still giving it like a 4 out of 5 stars. Like if I finished it now, it'd probably be like a 4 out of 5 stars because I still really like Bridget Cameron's writing style and I still really like this book, and I'm really interested to see, you know, where the rest of the half of the book is going to go. And also I would die for Rev. So Rev is like taking up, is like holding it there. I'm hoping she can redeem herself, and I'm hoping by the end of the book she can go, ah yes, I was a bitch. That's my updates on the books I'm reading. Obviously I'm still reading Becoming by Michelle Obama, or listening to that on audiobook, and I have got to the point where Barack is president and she's talking about the kind of change that she's experiencing having moved into the White House and now being someone that everybody knows. When you think about it from like an outsider's perspective, before you kind of know all this stuff, you're thinking, oh my god, it'd be so cool to be like the first lady of America. For someone like Michelle, who you've learned who this woman is and who she was growing up, for someone like her who was from the south side of Chicago and worked her butt off for everything that she has achieved and really was just a normal person before she met, you know, before Barack decided to run for president and go into politics. For someone like that to go from, I'm just a normal girl from the south side, to being the first lady of America. If I was in that position, if someone just suddenly just took me and chucked me into that position, I'd be like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not okay. I'm a bit like unsure about what to do now. You know what? No, it's a bit weird having like 5 bodyguards outside my room right now. It's quite cool, you're living in the White House and you have all this stuff, but at the same time you have no mobility, you have no autonomy. You have to be like, hey Mr. Bodyguard, can you please take me to Walmart? And he's like, you're not going to Walmart. Mike over there is gonna go to Walmart and get you everything you need. I'm ranting a lot in this clip, but I'm gonna go because the lighting is getting worse and worse. I don't know if you can tell. With that all said and done, I'm gonna leave it here, get away from this horrible lighting, and I'll probably see you sometime soon. Don't know when. Hello everybody, it is Saturday. I need to be popping out in a bit, or going out in a bit, to go do Waterstones again. I've just been doing one of my housemates and her boyfriend's puzzles because they're really bad at this puzzle and they're stressing that they're like, oh my god, we've got pieces missing. There's not pieces missing, you're just bad at puzzles. But book mail, and I know what this is, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited because I've been waiting for this book for like over a year now, because I've been waiting for it to come out in paperback because all my other parts of this series are in paperback and I just prefer reading paperback. And I've seen this edition, or the paperback edition, in Waterstones like physically, but I ordered it at Book Depository because it's probably cheaper, and it's a big one and I'm really excited. And oh, here it is. Okay, so bookmark, the cute little bookmark. She's thick. She is thick. I've tried to turn down the brightness, but that is a Map of Days by Ransom Riggs. You really can't, I'm going to have to tell it like this. Map of Days by Ransom Riggs, which is the 4th book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series. This book came out last year in July in hardcover, and I was waiting and waiting and waiting for the paperback edition, and it kept getting pushed back. The release date kept getting pushed back until it came out on October 15th. I'm so excited. I love this series so much, and I love these books so much because of the photos, and I just love the characters. I can't believe I finally have it. I'm so excited. But if you don't know what Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is, it's a very popular YA, I would say fantasy. It's about a boy called Jacob, and his grandfather dies, and his grandfather used to tell him all these stories about his time when he was a Polish orphan living in like a children's home in Wales, and he tells him all about these stories of all these kids that, you know, had these peculiar powers and all these his like friends and stuff. And obviously Jacob's seen it as stories, but when his grandfather dies, he wants to kind of discover more about his grandfather, so he goes to this kind of island in Wales to discover more about his grandfather, and finds out that these kids might not necessarily just be stories. And this one is obviously, I don't know how long or how much further after the 3rd book that this is set, but it's been a while since, you know, we've probably been in this world, or could especially had this series continued. If you don't know, then the special part about these books is that this story is kind of told with pictures and with photographs, so throughout the book you have like photographs kind of help tell the story. Ransom Riggs does, oh that's creepy, Ransom Riggs does narrate the story and does reference these photos throughout, so it's really interesting getting, you know, this context. And wow, that one's really creepy. That looks like Woman in Black vibes. I'm so excited that I have this, and I definitely think I'll be picking this up after I finished More Than We Can Tell, because your girl needs to read it now, and she's so hyped. It's the big boy, she's heavy. I'm so glad I have it now. That was all I needed to say, so I'll leave it here and I'll see you all later. Hello everybody, it is Sunday. I'm just here to do a little update. Last night I finished More Than We Can Tell by Bridget Cameron. I literally just binge read the last like 130, 140 pages of this. I had nothing else to do. I just wanted to have a chill evening in reading, and I just got it out, read it all. I ended up giving it a 4.25 out of 5 stars. It wasn't as good, or I didn't enjoy it as much as Letters to the Lost, which I kind of expected, but I still did enjoy it. I have like quite a large kind of Goodreads review. I don't know why I was like kind of showing it like that. I have quite a large Goodreads review on my Goodreads, obviously. So if you want to go check that out, my link to my Goodreads is in my description below, because that probably goes into detail more, or is a better kind of explanation of my thoughts on this book, because I've kind of already talked about this book, or kind of how I felt about some things in this book already in this vlog. So I'm not going to go into depth too much about how I felt, but if you do want to know, obviously Goodreads review. I did enjoy it. Not as good, as I said, not as good as Letters to the Lost. I enjoyed reading about Rev, because Rev was just one of the best moments of Letters to the Lost, and his developmentation, is that a word? His development in this book was just so good. It was just so amazing to see more about him and to learn more about his past and to see how he's overcoming that, and maybe how sometimes that does affect him. Once again, Emma, the other main character, wasn't really my favourite. I kind of hated her sometimes, I only liked her on occasions, but overall I did enjoy this book. The ending was a bit, okay, that kind of escalated a bit quickly, but I understand why. Again, I go into depth more about it in my review. All in all, I really enjoyed it. I still recommend picking up Letters to the Lost and this one, because Bridget Cameron I definitely think is going to become one of my new favourite authors. And now that I finished that, I've got to pick up a new book, and that is going to be A Map of Days by Ransom Riggs. I literally received this yesterday. Yes, must have been yesterday. But now that I finished More Than We Can Tell, I want to pick this up now, because I have been waiting for this book for so long. Obviously, you know, from yesterday's clip. She's big, she's thick, and she's very heavy. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to read of this today, because I have a busy day. My parents are coming to visit, so I'll be out with them. I'm just gonna put this down because it's heavy. So before they arrive, I just need to do some editing. I will read a bit. I want to try and read maybe 20 minutes. I'll just sit down and read for 20 minutes of that. I need to put a bit of makeup on before they arrive. But then once they arrive, obviously I can't really do too much. When I'm doing my makeup, I'm going to listen to my audiobook, otherwise I won't really get any of that listened to. Once they arrive, they're going to take me shopping, food shopping, just to get a few bits in, and then we're going to go for a meal. And then once they've gone later this evening, I'm going to a pub quiz with some of my friends. It's one on campus, and it's raising money for the uni's boob team, or as it's called, it's for the boobs society, but it's obviously raising money for breast cancer awareness. Hopefully I will be able to do a wrap up of my vlog between my parents leaving and going to the pub. It is literally 10:30 and I've already had breakfast, put my bed clothes in for a wash, cleaned my hamster's cage, started editing, and other than that I might try and vlog a bit later while I'm out with my parents, maybe even if it's just like what I'm gonna eat, but if not, I will catch you all later in my wrap up. Hello everybody, I'm here to do the wrap up for this vlog. I didn't film anything when I was with my parents, because when I was there I was like, it's kind of just, it feels a bit weird just vlogging my food when I'm with my parents, because that was all really I could have vlogged. As I said before, I am going out for like a little pub quiz later, so maybe I might film that and I'll just put it onto the end of the vlog, and this won't be the final clip, but if it is, then sorry. I'm just gonna do a really quick wrap up for this vlog. I'm not gonna get any of the books because one of them my parents have taken home, which is kind of frustrating because it means I'm not gonna have some of my books my wrap up, but that's what putting photos here is for. But I can't be bothered to do this for this vlog because you've already seen the books in this vlog. As I usually do to get more accurate page count and kind of wrap up of this vlog, I go from last Sunday to this Sunday. I'm not gonna go through why I do that because it's too long to explain. So I've read from 3 books over this past week. I have read More Than We Can Tell by Bridget Cameron, which I gave a 4.25 out of 5 stars. I literally talked about that book in my previous clip, so I won't be going into depth about that. Kind of read Ash by Melinda Lowe, which I gave a 2 out of 5 stars, which once again, it was alright. Didn't love it. You know how I felt about it, so I'm gonna move on. I'm sorry if I look a bit pale. I've got makeup on and I don't know why, but I look very ghostly pale today, and I don't know if it's the lighting or if it's my makeup. And I also have continued reading, but haven't finished yet, Becoming by Michelle Obama. I have like a couple of hours left of this audiobook. We'll probably finish it either tomorrow or Monday or maybe Tuesday, and I'm really enjoying it. And if I had to give it a rating right now, I'd probably give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm gonna do my page count now because that's one of my favorite parts of the vlog. I can't remember what exactly my page count was last week, but it wasn't good. It was very low. But this week I have read 830 pages. I'm so proud of myself for that, and I think I definitely have to give creds to the past 4 days or 4 or 5 days for that. Obviously I had to give creds to yesterday where I read about nearly basically 200 pages, and I hope I will continue to have a good rest of the month. I'm really happy about that. I'm going to do a divide by 7 to see what the average is per day. The average per day is about 119 pages, which I think is very good, and I'm very happy with my reading this week, and it's been a very up and down in terms of ratings for this week, so it's been very interesting. I think because it's been not a very eventful week, I think that's probably why I've read a lot more. I'm feeling a little bit down at the moment. I think whenever my parents come, I always hype myself up for it, and I'm like so comfortable and feel so great when I'm kind of back with them. But when they go, it's a very subtle kind of, I don't really notice it until I notice it, in a sense that I kind of feel a bit down and I kind of miss them already. My life when I'm with them feels different to me when I'm living alone. For it suddenly to go from one to the other, it's a bit jarring. At least I'm hanging out with friends and I'm seeing friends tonight. I've got a few hours till my friend comes back home before we go out. I'm just gonna keep myself busy for the next few hours just so I don't kind of spiral. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I was actually not thinking about uploading this vlog as one week and kind of merging it with last week because I wasn't sure that I actually had enough footage, but it wasn't until I kind of exported all my footage onto my laptop and kind of started editing, and I was like, I actually have a decent vlog here. So it's mainly me chatting. I've kind of quite enjoyed everything I've said in this video, and I'm very happy with everything I've said. I think I've talked more about books and talked about more my feelings on books in this vlog, which I'm very kind of proud of. So it's something very small to be proud of, but I think I've just had a very good booktube week because I uploaded 3 videos this week, and one of them was a kind of original collab tag, creation of a tag kind of video, and I'm really proud of that tag. So if you have not seen it, it's called the Fashion and Books tag. I created it with about 5 other booktubers, and they're all amazing people. You should definitely go check that video out. I've just gained a lot of love from that video, and I'm so happy. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, leave me some comments in the description below about some of the books you've read this week, or maybe some of your opinions on the books that I read this week. I would love to know. With all that said and done, I will see you all in my next video.